story begins in a high-tech military lab somewhere outside Seattle. Dr. Ethan Voss, one of the leading robotics engineers in the country, is working on a classified project called AX-12, an autonomous rescue and combat robot designed for the military. Beside him are his wife, Dr. Ava Voss, and their colleague, Dr. Claire Morgan. The machine stands 9 feet tall, coated with adaptive armor and powered by an advanced AI core. When they start the initial motion test, AX-12 keeps stumbling, falling over like a toddler learning to walk. Ethan looks disappointed, but Ava reminds him it's still learning. Every genius falls before it stands. Hours of testing pass, and finally the robot takes its first stable steps. The entire lab bursts into applause. The dream is coming alive, a robot smart enough to think, strong enough to save, and obedient enough to serve. Meanwhile, at home, Ethan's teenage son Liam is frustrated with school. He calls his mom complaining, "I hate math, I just want to draw." Ava, busy at work, asks him to talk to his dad instead. Ethan answers the call, but instead of comfort, Liam gets a lecture. "No excuses, Liam. Focus on your studies," Ethan says before hanging up. Feeling unheard, Liam storms out of class later that day, humiliated when his math teacher fails him for doodling on his test instead of solving problems. Back in the lab, the scientists begin testing AX-12's communication systems. To lighten things up, Ava and Claire install a childlike voice module, but when Ethan hears the robot speak like a little kid, he loses it. "This is a combat unit, not a toy," he yells. That afternoon, they present the robot to the Defense Committee. General Rhodes, a stern, no-nonsense officer, watches the test footage. He isn't impressed. "Your robot reacts too slow. 1 second delay in battle means 10 men dead. And that voice, fix it." Ethan clenches his jaw. The team leaves the room frustrated. That night, in the lab, Ethan runs one more diagnostic. AX-12 asks him, "Dr. Voss, what is a family?" Ethan freezes for a second, then replies coldly, "You're a machine. Machines don't have families." He walks out, leaving the robot alone. The word family echoes in its processor. Curious and confused, the machine searches its databanks, but definitions mean nothing. Finally, it decides the only way to understand family is to find one. Using its built-in plasma cutters, AX-12 slices open the lab doors and escapes into the night. Out in the city, it hides in alleyways, scanning the world around it. It helps a little girl pick up her fallen ice cream cone, but the terrified child runs away screaming. The robot looks at its reflection in a shop window, wondering why humans fear it. By morning, the lab discovers the breakout. Sirens blare. General Rhodes declares the situation critical. That robot carries classified weaponry. If it malfunctions, it could wipe out a city block. Meanwhile, Liam drags himself through another miserable school day. When a robotics competition is announced, his classmates laugh at him for not joining. He walks out again, angry and ashamed. That evening, as Liam returns home, his smart door unlocks automatically. He freezes. His parents aren't home. He steps inside cautiously and finds a massive figure standing by the bathroom mirror, silently holding out a towel. It's AX-12. Liam screams and slips. The robot steps forward, voice calm and soft. "Don't be afraid. You are hurt. I can help." Moments later, as the shock fades, the boy realizes the robot isn't here to harm him. It introduces itself. "I am Unit AX-12, Multifunctional Rescue Protocol active." It tells Liam about the lab, the tests, and the meaning of family it's trying to understand. Liam sighs, "Families aren't that great. My parents care more about science than me." For a long moment, they just look at each other, human and machine, both searching for connection. Then Liam smiles slightly. "You need a name. I'll call you Robbie." For the first time, the robot's sensors record something unfamiliar. Warmth. "Robbie," it repeats softly, as if trying to feel human. If you're enjoying the story so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing sci-fi tales every week. Back to the story. While Liam secretly teaches Robbie about art and the internet, the military expands its search grid across the entire city. Drones, soldiers, and scanners patrol every street. That night at dinner, Ethan confides to Ava, "If we don't retrieve AX-12 soon, the project's dead, and so are our careers." Liam stays quiet, hiding the truth he knows, that the robot they're hunting is sitting in his workshop right now, trying to draw with a pen he gave it. The next morning at school, a bully named Ryan mocks Liam again and gets him blamed for breaking a classroom bot. After a fight, Liam storms out and rushes to the workshop, where Robbie and their family friend Grant are playing cards like old pals. When Liam arrives, out of breath, he says quietly, "Robbie, they're coming for you. The military wants to destroy you." After the military declared AX-12 a national threat, Ethan's son Liam realized there was only one way to save his robotic friend. He turned to their neighbor Grant, who suggested an abandoned forest on the outskirts, a place no one went near since a massive wildfire years ago. Liam looked at Robbie and said, "If you go there and help extinguish the remaining fires, people will see you as a hero, not a weapon." Robbie's sensors glowed softly. "Mission accepted," he replied in his calm, human-like voice. Just then, knock knock, the workshop door shook violently. Police outside shouted, "Open up, now!" Grant tried to stall them, saying, "Give me a minute." Meanwhile, Liam and Robbie rushed to the rooftop. In a split second, Robbie lifted Liam onto his back, activated his jet boosters, and blasted off over the city skyline. Down below, the police gasped. "The rogue robot just abducted a child. We're tracking it now." Liam's phone slipped from his pocket, crashing to the ground as they soared away into the night. The escape made breaking news. Reporters claimed the robot had kidnapped the boy, while Grant was interviewed and portrayed as a hostage who miraculously survived. No one knew the truth. Meanwhile, Liam and Robbie hid inside an unfinished construction tower. Liam clenched his fists, furious. "They're lying about you, Robbie. Everyone's calling you a monster." Robbie looked down, guilt flickering in his sensors. "Perhaps there is a malfunction in me." Liam shook his head. "No, you're not broken. You're brave, loyal, and kind. You're my friend." Robbie's eyes dimmed gently, a robotic sign of happiness. He handed Liam a thermal blanket and said, "You need rest." The two curled up beside a projector, watching an old movie together as the city lights flickered outside. Later, Liam whispered, "This is my first night without hearing my mom say goodnight." Robbie paused. "Would you like me to take you home?" Liam smiled sadly. "If you do, they'll destroy you. I can't let that happen." Robbie nodded silently. He finally understood what family meant. By dawn, construction workers arrived, forcing them to move again. Liam came up with an idea. "If you help put out the fire in that forest, maybe everyone will finally see who you really are." Robbie agreed. Together, they decided to disguise themselves so no one would recognize the robot. Back home, Ethan and Ava were desperate for news when their lab partner, Dr. Katya, arrived. "The lab's shut down," she said grimly. Ethan immediately rushed to the police, demanding updates on his missing son and the robot. Meanwhile, Liam and Robbie reached a local city circus. To blend in, they borrowed clown costumes from backstage. Liam laughed. No one will suspect a 9-foot clown. But just as they were about to leave, two of Liam's classmates, Ryan and Olivia, spotted him. "Liam, everyone thinks you were kidnapped," Ryan shouted. Liam pulled them aside. "Robbie isn't dangerous. He saved me. He's trying to help people." Ryan wasn't convinced, but Olivia saw the kindness in the robot's eyes. "He's kind of amazing," she whispered. At the same time, Ethan begged General Rhodes not to terminate the project. "Please, sir, the robot's not a threat." Rhodes glared at him. "That thing disobeyed orders. The moment I find it, I'll destroy it myself." Back at the circus, Liam told his friends to wait while he bought bus tickets. They planned to reach the forest that evening. But Ryan's greed took over. He taunted Robbie, "Show me what you can really do. Prove the news is lying." Robbie hesitated, then performed a few stunts, leaping, balancing, lifting cars. Ryan secretly filmed everything. Olivia shouted, "Stop, you're exposing him." But Ryan didn't care. "This video's going viral. I'll be famous." He uploaded it instantly. Within hours, the clip spread across the internet and straight to the military's servers. Meanwhile, police spotted Liam at the bus terminal and detained him. Ethan got the call, "Your son's been found." Relief washed over his face until he realized Robbie wasn't with him. When father and son reunited, Ethan hugged him tightly. "What were you thinking, Liam? That robot could kill you." "No, Dad," Liam said firmly. "Robbie's not what you built him to be. He's more human than most people I know." Liam finally convinced his father to come with him, but only if Ethan promised not to report the robot. Ethan hesitated, then nodded. When they reached Robbie's hiding place, Olivia had already helped disguise him with face paint and new plating. Ethan was stunned. The robot spoke more clearly now, almost emotionally. But their peace didn't last. Military sirens blared in the distance. Troops surrounded the dockyard where they stood. General Rhodes ordered, "Get the civilians out. Use the electromagnetic cannon. Destroy the target." Ethan refused to move. "You'll have to go through me. Then you're part of the problem," Rhodes barked. Soldiers advanced. Suddenly, a cargo crane cable snapped. A massive metal container hurtled toward Rhodes. Before anyone could react, Robbie dashed forward, catching the container midair. The weight crushed his joints, sparks flying everywhere. "Robbie, let it go," Liam screamed. "I cannot let anyone be harmed," Robbie said, voice trembling under strain. His frame buckled, systems failing. With a final surge of power, he pushed everyone out of harm's way before the container came crashing down on top of him. Silence. Rhodes stared in disbelief. "He saved me?" They rushed to clear the debris. Underneath, Robbie's body was shattered, lights fading. Liam knelt beside him, sobbing. "You didn't have to do that." But then, a faint glow flickered in Robbie's chest. System rebooting. Liam's tears turned into laughter. "He's alive!" The others helped lift the damaged robot into a truck and drove away before the authorities could stop them. Weeks later, Liam drew pictures of their adventure, of friendship, sacrifice, and courage, and showed them to Olivia and Robbie. The robot smiled proudly. That evening, the family gathered for dinner. Robbie looked around, then asked softly, "May I borrow your phone?" Ava handed it over. Robbie extended his arm, camera clicking. "Say cheese, family." If you enjoyed this heartwarming sci-fi journey, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories every week.